Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for being here today for JNC Better Living's Rooted Yoga by the Pool. I want to extend a very special thank you to Connie for getting all of you wonderful women together for this special practice that is designed for a beginner yoga flow, but that we can take it up a notch if there is anybody who is regular to yoga and knows how to do so. I will also be cueing to allow you to do that. Okay, so let's get started. We're going to get down on our mat and come into child's pose. And child's pose, we want to spread our knees wide to the outside of the mat, have our toes touching, press our sits bones back to our heels, and then press our forehead down on the mat. And we're going to take a moment here to connect to our breath. Your arms can be either stretched out in front of you or they can be in a diamond shape. So as we spend a minute connecting to our breath, for some of us the first time in doing yoga ever, we want to find even inhales and exhales, and we want to breathe in and out through our nose. In yoga, we try to create a ujjayi breath, which is a restriction at the back of our throat that helps us to build heat in the body. So breathe in for a count of 3 or 4, and then breathe out for a count of 3 or 4. This pose, child's pose, is a place to come back to if ever your body is overheated or any pose becomes too challenging or you just want to reconnect to your breath. Yoga is really all about breath, and we do the practice of yoga in a bunch of different poses so that we can slow down our mind and focus on our breath and meditate. Yoga also has a beautiful balance of structure, which is the poses that we will be guided through, and the sweetness and lightness of our breath. The challenging postures that we will find, and the letting go and relaxing as well. On your next breath in, press into your hands and come up into a hands and knees position. We want our wrists under our shoulders and our knees under our hips. This is called tabletop position. And in tabletop, we want to take a moment to find some structure and some sweetness. Take one breath in. Fill up your back body from shoulder to shoulder and hip to hip. Breathe out. Let all of the stale air go. Breathe in. Fill up your chest and your belly. Breathe out any doubt that you can't do this. On your next breath in, look forward. Roll your shoulders down and back. Lift your tailbone up to the sky. This is cat pose. Breathe out. Head drops. Gaze goes toward your thighs. Round your back. This is cat pose. 2 more times like that. Breathe in. Look forward. Shoulders roll down and back. Chest shines forward. cow pose. Breathe out, head drops, gaze to your thighs, round your back like a cat. Breathe in, look forward, cow pose. Breathe out, drop your head, round your back, cat pose. On your next breath in, now walk your hands about 1 palm distance forward. Tuck your toes. Really press into your index finger and thumb as you bend your knees, lift your hips high to the sky, coming into our first downward dog. Your knees can be bent or straight here, and your heels reaching back to your mat, but they do not have to touch. Really make sure that your fingers are very wide. You're pressing into your index finger and your thumb, and we're rolling our upper arms outward. Breathe in, really press into your hands and press your chest toward your thighs. Breathe out, engage your core, and relax your head and neck. Breathe in, now pedal your feet out, coming onto the ball of each foot, pressing your heel back, finding a little movement in your legs. On your next inhale, lift onto both tippy toes, swing your heels to the right, toes go to the left, press into your both hands, and find a nice stretch on your left side. Next breath in, lift back up onto your tippy toes, heels go left, toes go right, pressing into both hands, this time finding a nice stretch on the right side. Breathe in, back to your tippy toes, and then press your heels back toward the earth. Breathe in, right leg reaches back like you're going to plant your sole of your foot on an imaginary wall behind you. And breathe out, step or help your foot between your hands and drop your back knee down to the mat. Breathe in, bring your hands to your right thigh, and breathe out, really shine your chest forward as you find a nice stretch through your left hip. Breathe in, engage your thighs energetically toward one another. Breathe out, relax your tailbone down and back. Breathe in, reach your crown of your head toward the sky, and breathe out, relax your shoulders down and back. Breathe in, either leave your hands where they were or circle them down, around, and up, extending them to the sky, or in a cactus arm position. Breathe in one more time here, shine your heart forward. Breathe out, take your left hand down to the mat, circle your right arm down, around, and up, and lift your left knee off the ground, coming into an easy twist. Breathe in, crown of the head reaches forward. Breathe out as you find a nice long line of energy from the tip of your head to your toes. Breathe in, take your right hand back down to the mat, drop your knee, and breathe out, lift your right foot and bring your right knee to meet your left. Now breathe in, spin your right leg so that your toes are off the mat, plant your right hand and extend your left leg as you reach your left arm up to the sky, coming into a gate pose. Breathe in, really engage your core here. Breathe out, shine your heart forward. Breathe in, one more time here. Breathe out, left hand comes back down to the mat. Pivot your right knee, drop your left knee, and now press into your hands, tuck your toes, and lift your sits bones up to the sky, coming into our downward dog pose again. One more time, pedaling out our feet, really finding some nice movement and opening in our hips and in our ankles. On your next breath in, lift your left leg up and back, again stamping your sole of your foot into an imaginary wall behind you. Breathe out and bring your left foot forward, plant it between your hands, helping it if you need to, dropping your right knee down and placing your hands on your left thigh to find a nice stretch. Breathe in, open through your chest, shoulders roll down and back. Breathe out, tailbone reaches toward the ground while the crown of your head reaches toward the sky. Breathe in, circle your arms down and up if you want to, or cactus. Breathe out, engage your core, and really squeeze your thighs together. Breathe in, plant your right hand on the mat, lift your right knee back, and circle your left arm up to the sky for an easy twist. Breathe in, reach the crown of your head forward. Breathe out, twist from your mid to upper back. Breathe in and breathe out. Left hand comes down, right knee plants, left foot comes back, knee comes back to meet your right. Spin your left foot off the mat, press into your left hand, stretch your right foot out, and reach your right arm up to the sky, coming into gate pose on this side. Breathe in, really find length and a nice stretch on your right side body. Breathe out, right hand circles back down to the mat, knees come down to the mat, tuck your toes, spread your fingers wide, press into your knuckles, and reach your sit bones up and back, coming into our downward facing dog. Find the structure of the posture and also the sweetness, like hanging your neck and letting go of tension. As you breathe in, lift your right leg up and back. Breathe out, step through between your hands or help it, and then look back. Pivot your left foot to about a 45-degree angle and circle your arms up, coming into a parallel arm position to the ground. This is our warrior 2 position. Breathe in, check how your front knee is facing and wanting to make sure that it is reaching over your second and third toe. And then we want to align our knee over our ankle. And then we want to check our back foot and make sure that the angle of your foot is facing the same direction. Breathe in, really engage your core and press into your feet and find the nice structure here while you relax your gaze and your head. Now breathe in, reach forward, flip your hand, and breathe out. Reach your right arm up to the sky while your left hand finds your back thigh. Breathe in, find length, reaching your fingertips to the sky. Breathe out, sink a little deeper into your front leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Now bend your right elbow. Take your forearm to your right thigh and then reach your left arm up to the sky for a side angle pose. Breathe in, find length, twist from your mid to upper back. Breathe out, relax your gaze. Breathe in, reach your fingertips up to the sky. Breathe out, come back up to a parallel position. Now we're going to flow that a couple of times. So breathe in, reach your right arm up, left arm finds your thigh. Breathe out, right forearm comes down, left arm comes up to the sky, side angle. Breathe in, reverse warrior, right hand up to the sky. Breathe out, right forearm finds your thigh, left arm up to the sky. Breathe in, arms back to parallel, and breathe out. Circle your arms down, left hand comes down to the mat, pivot on your back foot, press into your hands, and step your right foot back to meet your left. Bring your knees down to the mat, and then slowly lower your chest to the mat, coming all the way down. Untuck your toes, keeping your hands right by your chest. Press into your hands and lift your chest slightly for a nice back bend, cobra pose. Breathe out, slowly lower all the way down to the mat. 2 more times like that. Breathe in, press into your hands, shine your heart forward. Breathe out, slowly lower all the way down. 1 more time. Press into your hands, breathe in, shine your chest forward, lift your head, little arch in your back. Breathe out, lowering all the way down to the mat. Now breathe in, press into your hands, come into a hands and knees position. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, press your sits bones up to the sky, coming back into our downward facing dog. Now we'll do that on the other side. Breathe in, reach your left leg up and back. Breathe out, pull your knee in between your elbows and then plant your foot between your hands. Pivot your back right foot now to a 45-degree angle, and then circle your arms down, around, and up, coming into our Warrior 2 position on this side. Once again, checking our, making knee or ankle, our left toes are forward, looking back. Our right foot should be in direct alignment with the way our back right knee is pointing. Breathe in, really find length through your side body. Breathe out, sink a little deeper to get a 90-degree angle in your front right thigh. Breathe in, turn your left palm up, reach forward, and then lift that left arm up to the sky. Right arm finds your back thigh, coming into reverse warrior. Breathe in, reach with your hand, sink a little deeper with your front thigh. Breathe out. Now bending at your left arm, it finds your forehead, your forearm finds your thigh, and right arm reaches up to the sky, coming into side angle. Now we'll flow that just like we did on the other side. Breathe in, right hand comes down, left hand comes up. Breathe out, left arm comes down, right arm comes up. Breathe in, left arm comes up, right arm comes down. Breathe out, left arm comes down, right hand goes up. Breathe in, come back to parallel position. Breathe out, circle your hands down on either side of your foot. Rotate your back foot so that you're on your tippy toes. Take your left foot, step back, and plant your knees on the mat. Press into your hands as you slowly lower your chest to the ground. Untuck your toes. Hands should be right at your chest. Breathe in, press into your hands. Shine your heart forward, cobra pose. Breathe out, lowering all the way down to the mat. Breathe in, press into your hands, finding a nice little back bend. Breathe out, lower all the way down to the mat. And 1 more time. Breathe in, pressing into your hands, really shining your heart forward. Breathe out, lower all the way down. Breathe in, press into your hands, Come back into our tabletop position. Tuck your toes. Press into your feet. Lift your tailbone up to the sky, coming into our downward facing dog. Now we're going to do that whole sequence one more time. Breathe in. Right foot reaches up and back. Breathe out. Step your right foot through between your hands. Left foot 45-degree angle. Breathe in. Circle your arms up to parallel. Come 2. Breathe in. Flip your palm. Reach forward to go back. Reverse. Breathe out. Right forearm finds your right thigh. Left arm goes up to the sky. 2 more times. Breathe in. Right arm comes up. Left down. Breathe out. Right arm comes down. Left arm comes up. Breathe in. Right arm comes up. Left arm comes down. Breathe out. Right arm comes down. Left arm comes up. Breathe in. Back to Warrior 2, parallel position. Breathe out. Circle your arms down. Pivot your foot. Step your left foot back. Knees come down. Lower all the way to Cobra. For those of you that want to take this into Chaturanga, please feel free to do so and join us in Downward Facing Dog. Press into your hands, coming into our back bend. Breathe out all the way down to the mat. Press into your hands, come to hands and knees, tuck your toes, press your sits bones up to the sky, coming into Downward Dog. One more time now on the other side. Breathe in, left leg goes high to the sky. Breathe out, foot plants between your hands. Pivot your back foot to a 45-degree angle. Breathe in as you circle your arm. Breathe in, flip your palm, reach forward to go back. Left arm comes up to the sky. Right arm finds your back thigh. Breathe out, left arm finds your front thigh. Right arm reaches up to the sky. 2 more times like that. Breathe in, left arm comes up, right arm comes down. Breathe out, left arm comes down, right arm comes up. 1 more time. Breathe in, left arm comes up, right arm comes down. Breathe out, left arm comes down, right arm comes out. Breathe in, come back to parallel. Breathe out, circle your arms down around your foot. Left foot steps back, knees find the mat. Slowly lower your chest all the way down. Those of you that want to do Chaturanga, please do. Press into your hands, find our Cobra pose. Breathe out, lower all the way down. Breathe in, press into your hands, coming back to hands and knees. Breathe out, tuck your toes, lift your sits bones, and find Downward Facing Dog. Excellent. Nice job. Now really connect to your breath here, and let's drop our knees and come back to our child's pose. Knees can be wide or together if that's more comfortable. Press into your hands as you slowly press your sits bones back to your heels. Breathe in, reach your arms forward, or find those diamond-shaped arms, putting your forehead on the mat and relaxing for a couple of breaths. Breathe in, find length. Breathe out, let go of any tension. Breathe in, the structure, the awareness of our body. Breathe out, tension and frustration. Breathe in the sweetness of our breath. Breathe out any stale air. Breathe in, press into your hands. Now come up to our hands and knee position. Tuck your toes 1 more time and press into your hands, coming into Downward Facing Dog. Now look forward, bend your knees, and either hop or slowly walk your feet up to the mat at the top. Breathe in and take your feet about hip distance apart. Take your right hand to your left elbow and your left hand to your right elbow and find a little ragdoll pose here. Finding a little sweetness, a little movement, letting our head hang heavy, just relaxing. One more breath here. Inhale, exhale. Now as you breathe in, lift your hands to your shins, press into your shins, find a flat back, and the crown of your head reaches forward. This is a half lift. Breathe out, walk your hands down your shins, find the mat, forward fold. Breathe in. Now this time either walk your hands all the way up your legs or circle them down, around, and up, coming into an extended standing pose. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, circle your hands down, around, and up. Breathe out. Now breathe in, left hand, find. Breathe in as you reach, coming into a side bend on your left side. Really press into the outer right side of your foot. Breathe out as you bend a little deeper. Breathe in, come back to standing, and breathe out. Right hand finds your left hip, and left hand goes up and over for a side stretch on your right side. Breathe in, really reach, find length on your left side. Breathe out, bend deeper, pressing into your outer side of your left foot this time. Breathe in, come back to standing. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Now breathe in, look down, and your toes should be touching each other, heels slightly apart. Breathe in as you sink your hips back, bend your knees, and reach your arms either straight out in front of you, or they can be up in an extended position or in our cactus arms. As you look down, make sure that you can see your toes peeking out from under your knees. Breathe in, really find length through your spine and your side body. Breathe out as you sink back a little bit deeper, even further than you want to. Breathe in, engage your core. If you're shaking, that means that it's working and you're engaging all the right muscles. As you breathe out, really relax through your shoulders and the crown of your head. Gaze goes soft. Breathe in one more time here. Really squeeze your thighs together. Breathe out, press into your feet. Hands come back to heart center. Breathe in, bend at your knees, circle your arms down, around, and up. Breathe out. Hinge at your hips, arms come wide, flat back as we bend all the way down, coming into a forward fold. Breathe in, half lift, hands to shins, flat back, finding lots of length. Breathe out, come all the way down, forward fold. Now as you breathe in, we're going to plant our hands and step our right foot back, followed by our left, plant our knees, and then just slowly guide our sits bones all the way back to the mat to find a seated position. In seated pose, we want to a lot of times use that blanket or towel that we gave you so that you can find a little bit more length in your spine. You want to sit on just the very edge of the mat so your sits bones can just feel the corner. And then you want to really find length through your spine and don't do a lot of curving. Now, if this feels uncomfortable on your back, some of us don't need a towel, so don't use one if it doesn't feel good. But if it does, you want to use that, and then we want to extend our feet out long. Breathe in, circle our arms down, around, and up. Breathe out, hinge at your hips, and come forward, folding over your legs, kind of reaching your chest as far toward your shins as they can. It doesn't matter whether you can reach your toes or not. You can plant your hands on the mat or on your shins. You can rest your hands on your feet if that makes sense, but you want to keep a flat back, and you want your crown of the head to be a direct extension of your spine. So nice long length. Breathe out, relax, find the sweetness in the structure of this pose. Now breathe in as you place your hands on the mat and walk them back to your body. Breathe out as you take your left sole of your foot to your inner right thigh. We're going to do another stretch, this time with this leg bent and this leg extended. So breathe in, reach up to the sky, and breathe out, come into a forward fold over your right leg. This is called Janu Shirsasana. Breathe in, reach the crown of your head forward, breathe out, and see how close you can come to getting your forehead to your shin. Again, this is just so that you're finding the proper positioning, but everybody's body is different and you do not have to reach. Breathe in, walk your hands back up, and let's switch sides. So left foot extends, right sole of your foot finds your inner thigh. Breathe in, reach your arms up, breathe out, bend over your left leg. Breathe in, find length, really just hinging at your hips here, keeping your back straight. Breathe out, lowering down a little bit until you kind of find your edge. The edge is not painful. The edge just is where you are finding a nice stretch. Breathe in, walk your hands back up, and breathe out. Stretch your right foot forward and take your left foot and bend your knee, and then place your left foot on the ground over your right leg. Now breathe in, take your left arm up to the sky, and breathe out as you take your right arm and wrap it around your leg. Breathe in, we're finding a nice twist in our mid to upper back, and breathe out. You can take your left hand down behind you now and find a nice stretch and twist in your torso. Breathe in, one more breath here, and breathe out. Come back to center. Left foot extends now. Right foot reaches up and over. And your right foot, really press into your right toe. Take your left arm, wrap it around your right leg. Breathe in as you reach your right arm up to the sky. Breathe out as you twist. The reason that we push our arm up to the sky instead of taking it down right away is because we want to find the twist with our core muscles, not by pushing ourselves into the twist, because then you can injure yourself. So you're really always just wanting to use your muscles and engage your core, which also helps you to reduce any tension in your lower back. One more time, breathe in here and breathe out. Come back to center. Right leg extends out, and then let's press into our hands and find the center of the mat, knees bent. We don't need the blanket anymore. We want to take our hands behind our thighs, and we're going to do boat pose. So we really want to press into our sits bones and also press into our toes as we find a lot of length in our spine. And then breathe out as you take your torso back at a slight angle so that your thighs and your torso are making about a V shape. Then breathe in, lift your left foot, followed by your right foot, or vice versa, and breathe out as you engage your core. Draw your shoulders down and back. And if you're comfortable, you can stay there. Otherwise, you can extend your hands. Breathe in. Sometimes you feel a shakiness. That means that you're engaging your muscles and it's working. And breathe out. Plant your feet. Wrap your hands around your thighs. Give yourself a nice hug. Now breathe in as you extend your feet out in front of you, and breathe out as you slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time, taking us into our Shavasana resting pose. You can spread your feet about mat distance apart and let your feet flail open. Take your hands and extend them at your sides and close your eyes. Now, I'm going to be coming around with cold towels that are scented with lavender essential oil. If you would like to receive one of these on your forehead, then please keep your palms facing up. If you would prefer not to receive a towel, then please put one hand on your stomach. I will also be offering hands-on adjustments that are just to feel good. So if you do want those hands-on adjustments, again, leave your palms facing up. But if you do not want one, then please put your palms facing down on the ground. We're going to be here in Shavasana for about 10 minutes to get a nice, relaxing rejuvenation, finding the very sweetness of yoga now that all the work is done. If throughout the course of these 10 minutes your mind starts to wander, then I would encourage you to just come back to the sweetness of your breath and let your thoughts and to-do list float away on clouds as you enjoy the breeze and the chimes and all the work that's been done. Once the 10 minutes are over, I will guide you out of this posture so that we can end our practice. Now, as we slowly come out of this position, wake ourselves up. Keep your eyes closed. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Rotate your ankles, rotate your wrists. Take your hands and stretch back behind you, finding a nice stretch, like first thing in the morning. Now bring your knees into your chest. And slowly and carefully roll on over to one side or the other. And breath. Some grounding. Press your hand up to a comfortable seated position. Into prayer, and rest your thumbs on your forehead or your third eye. Tuck your chin slightly to your chest and honor yourself for all of the effort you put into this practice. The very difficult sthira or structure of the postures. And remember the sweetness of your breath, that at any time throughout your day or your life, you can actually find that sweetness to help you through challenges. It has been my honor and my privilege to lead you in this practice today. Bow your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today. Comment below if there are areas that you'd like me to address in future yoga practices. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more free rooted yoga from JNC Better Living. Namaste.